Hello everyone, my name is Draconicrose and welcome back to another episode of Rimworld Royalty. So last time we were expanding our base, our prisoner complex is not quite done, and Michael is off to have a research opportunity over here. Now, in between episodes I have realized that this abandoned camp really isn't going to give us anything else, it's just basically a marker. So we can send him right and straight into the research opportunity. Now, I have added a few mods, including a desire path, which wasn't actually enabled last episode. And here you can see that our prisoners here are slowly smoothing down this already smooth stone. But if it was rough stone, they would be turning it into smooth stone. So that is nice. Now Michael has a double bed. That's good. We can't really assign it quite yet. I did remove our automatic work manager because I didn't think it wasn't working for me. Let's put it that way. I'm going to put in a few steel traps just in case, so that when we get attacked, we also have a chance to just outright kill someone. And since we are doing steel traps, I would like to get a few steel thingies mined out over there. Now, since we don't have the work manager anymore, I think it is a good time to reset their work priorities. Now, a quick way to do this is to hold shift and right click the labels until they're empty. You cannot do this with left click because it stops at 1, unlike when you're setting down the priorities like one at a time. So we will do that, clear all of this out, and yes, for a little bit the people will not be doing anything. We have the research success, we got some relationship improvements, we got some insights into smithing, and Michael gained some experience. That is awesome. He can come back home again. Let's take a look at our smithing and see how it is. Yeah, we gained a little bit of insight into that. Not bad at all. So yeah, we want doctors to doctor. Marcus doesn't have a passion, but he is a decent doctor, so I'm going to put him on 1 as well. I'm going to put Sage on 4 simply because I like to have bonds already set to doctor, so I can use the force work. Now, bed resting is something I want at 3 because it's usually not life-threatening stuff, and there's work they can do while going up that is fine. Hauling and the priority cleaning will be at 2 for everyone, as well as basic, so these ones are easy. They are not a pawn's highest priority, but they are important nonetheless. So Roxy's biggest priority is handling. I think that much is obvious. Sage's biggest priority is growing, obviously. And Marcus's biggest priority, well, he doesn't really have one, so I'm going to make him haul and clean as his biggest priority. I'll have to wait until Michael comes to set his, but that's fine. So Roxy has enough room to have another high priority, and I'm going to set constructing. These are both around the home, so it's quite fine for her to do that. And I think that will be it for highest priorities. What I wanted to do next is growing and growing and cleaning. 2 also good high priorities. Clean obviously helps people keep their moods up. Growing helps with the food in case Sage is having trouble dealing with the gigantic fields that we have. Other than that, she can do research. She is a pretty high researcher. Michael will obviously have the priority researching, but if Michael is busy doing something else, then she can go research. So after that, I think it's good to give her whatever else is around the base that she can do. So she will be wardening and entertaining. Again, helping out Sage with the stuff, because Sage is also going to be doing that. Crafting and hauling, well, since she's a good miner, I'm going to hold on the hauling, but crafting is definitely a good one. And on that note, I'm going to put her a 3 in smithing and tailoring, because I did add a mod that removes authorship from unfinished product, so any pawn can finish the product, although skill does matter for the quality of the final product. Not the skill of the pawn that starts it, but the skill of the pawn that finishes it. But everyone is like decently high skilled for that stuff, so I'm not too concerned. Next, gonna come the stuff that is outside the base, so that is hunting. We could do fishing, but we don't really have anywhere to fish, as I've said before, so I'm just going to ignore the fishing priorities, but we'll do hunting, mining, plant cutting, and I wished I could put haul before art, but I don't think, well, we could put these as high priorities, because things will always be done, you know, left to right, so that is fine. And we can increase the trees to 2s, increase these 4 to 3, so now I can put haul at 3 and leave art as the complete last thing I want her to do. Now Sage's biggest priority is growing, and since that is like smack dab in the middle, I really can't use one anywhere else, so warning and entertaining will be her dues. Then she will be doing cooking. After she does cooking, there is the crafting in the home. And then there's everything else. She can help Roxy with the handling. See, they help each other. That's fine. She can do plant cutting. I definitely want her to do that before mining. And the hauling and cleaning as well. Everything else will get a 4 around the place. Though mining could be a bigger thing. Well, okay, I'm going to give her a 3 in mining and a 2 in plant cutting in that case, so that should be good. As for Marcus, his priorities are hauling and cleaning. On that note, I should also give him hauling and cleaning plus as priorities. If he finds himself out of hauling and cleaning, which I sincerely doubt it, he can go smithing, crafting, and whatnot. Then he can go hunting and arting, and if he has none of that to do, and we have events, but if he has none of that to do, he can help out with some construction, some mining, and eventually some research, because he does have 2 points in research, unlike Sage, who has none. So that seems fine for them. Now we need to set up Michael's, because he is here. So let me just clear his stuff real quick. Clear. And there we go. You can leave research as 1, because it is his highest priority, but he is also very good at most of everything else. In his case, I really would like him to be on... Well, I can undo him on plant cutting, to be honest, because there's really... Well, there's Sage, who is good at plant cutting, but realistically, Michael is never going to leave the research table unless we don't have anything researching, but, you know, we might as well deal with it. As for a 3 priority, I want him to construct and grow and craft. Yeah, crafting stuff. And lastly, he can do a bunch of stuff, so he can do all that if he wants. I don't think he's going to be cleaning. I'm going to leave him as a 4 because, as I said, I do like to have pawns set up to the doctor, even if they are not very capable. They can always, you know, feed the patients, which is useful, and raise up the actual doctors for doctoring. So we have a little boom bat that crashed down. We're going to have Roxy rescue her. This is just Michael's caravan arriving. Eclipse. We don't really care about eclipses. So let's take a look at all of these things up in the side that are requiring our assistance. So Michael has a major break risk because he is recreation starved. He has not the apparel he should have. He is smoking smoke lift drink. That definitely took care of his recreation starved. So now he can take drugs and he can go to bed. I don't know why he's not going to bed. Hopefully he will do that relatively soon. Oh, we made a bedroll. Good. Next caravan will be able to take one with them. So Hunter lacks ranged weapon. Marcus, why do you lack a ranged weapon? I don't think you do lack a ranged weapon though. Let's take his weapons off and forbid. And let's take a look at this tab, which is weapon stats. That's the name of the mod, by the way. It's over there in parentheses. Yes, I think that's the thing we want. So we have a high DPS here on a sawed-off shotgun that we managed to collect from our enemies. And a nice melee on this steel mace over here that we have in our storage. I did change sidearms to be on specific weapons instead of anything automatic, just because I think it makes more sense. Oh, here's the masterwork wooden bed. Now, where have you been? Interesting. I guess it will end up being in the prison complex, to be fair. So that is set up for Marcus. Now Sage also has that problem. We are going to have her drop her steel knife. And we will have her take this revolver. We'll equip that. And then the melee is... It her? No. Steel club is not allowed as a sidearm, but the steel Iqua is. Sage, equip this as sidearm, please, and thank you. So our boom bat decided to join. That's fine. And we have a quest for a heatwave. Euthymus Bourdain, the Duke of the Empire of Okuzurus, wants to watch how you primitive surface dwellers deal with catastrophe. He proposes an artificial disaster for you. A heatwave will bake the area for 4.6 days, harming crops and possibly killing people or animals in uncooled areas. They'll watch via high altitude drone, but they give us 2 Glitter World medicine. Do we have any Glitter World medicine? No, so we basically want to accept this quest. So we get our heat wave and a bunch of stuff happening all at once. So we finished the microelectronics, that's great. Here we go, we have our heat wave. Which means I do want to set these a degree lower. Try and have them combat that heat wave as much as possible. We have the Glitter World meds, which we want to hold in as fast as possible. And the prison break, which of course we do. So let's go melee attack all of these people. Or not. We'll wait until they... Oh, Marcus, why are you not using your shotgun? Roxy, please come over here. Now we shouldn't have any issues with clearing this off. Just as thought. There we go. everyone can go wherever. That's another problem with having prisoners like so close to the stockpile. They immediately grabbed weapons to fight us, but it's not really going to help them out that much. Now a sage. Okay, Roxy can do the stuff. I do have priority doctor, so she should be tending to people who are more in danger, which is fine, yes, and she did triage things pretty well. So the prisoners will be fine, hopefully. Now, Hunter lacks a ranged weapon. Well, use your ranged weapon then. He has a minor break risk as well, because he is hungry. Well, someone is going to come feed you at some point. Or you can go feed yourself, I mean, nobody's stopping you. Are you gonna go feed yourself? Yes, consuming pemmican. Great. So Marcus also with the thing, yeah, slept in the heat. I'm sorry, the heat wave really is not being great for people right now. Let's add a cooler to this room, mostly just so that we can keep things in a better temperature. But Marcos is going to be fine because he can stand temperatures up to 44 degrees Celsius. That's fine. Things that are deteriorating, this hatchet or whatevs, and we get a mad zebra. Mad zebra means Michael is coming in here, and so is Roxy. Not much we can do because things are very much broken. Hopefully the two of them can shoot that thing down. Or the animals will. Either way. They can help out by melee attacking. There we go. So that's fine. We have a new zebra to add to our food storages, which is always nice. Now Marcus needs treatment, so why isn't he being treated? Go to bed and let's have... There we go. So he can do that now. He has been treated. Deterioration. Ah, yes. Michael needs a throne room. Now, if we check out the things, you can either go through the wiki and see the stuff, or you can come to the bio and click Esquire, and you can see here the throne room requirements. The throne room requires a throne, an area of 24 tiles, all floored braziers, and all braziers must be lit. So I think we're going to put it right here. So for the 24 tiles, we are going to go with the 5 by 5 area. We will obviously eventually expand it. I think that much is obvious. That is a 7 by 7 exterior. And we are going to cancel this one. I'm going to put a wooden door because I don't particularly care what goes in there. And we are going to use fine... I would love to use fine marble, but I don't think we are going to get it any point in time right now. What we do have for blocks? Apparently nothing, because people haven't been stone cutting. Looks like Marcus got himself downed by the smoke leaf. So again, I usually... everything is excellent. Let's do rest until healed, like manually. That way, like, they won't rest themselves, but I can manually tell them to. And let's also have these agave be harvested, because that's a nice thing to have around. So everyone is going to bed, and I'll be back when there's something to report. And finally we have a raid. A group of tribespeople from the kinship of Estus have arrived nearby. And they are attacking immediately, I think. Yeah, attacking immediately. So there are a bunch of tribals, not too dangerous, although let's not underestimate them just yet. We want to use number 2 as our place to be. So as you can see, colonists have been busy working around. We are upgrading to a high-tech research bench, but mining is not being very efficient. I have set up an area for the animals to go to. And I did forget to click that button first. But they're still far away, so that we have time. Yep, come everyone. Places. It should be fine. So they're currently busy with the squirrel. Let's send her to the protective area. Oh, there she goes. Oh well, we knew she wasn't going to last that long. Crystal, you definitely need to go to protective because you go boom. Oh, we unfortunately got someone out in our protections, but that is fine because we will release an elephant. And there's a mad dromedary that's going to come help us out deal with this. Marcus, why aren't you shooting anyone? Because you can't. Well, in that case, I want you to go up here. You can try and help out with the fight over here. Yeah, that's better. Now Sage was a little bit preoccupied. Roxy is having a good time, and there you go, everyone is doing good. Sage, go rest until healed for a while. That'll be nice. We do have a prisoner to capture. Michael, if you could please do the honors. We're not going to keep this one, but the kinship of Astus is not someone we we are going to stay enemies with forever. So Shrew is escaping, and they dealt with the mad dromedary, which great, perfect. So Vedwetra, or whatever his name is, if he survives, what is he good at? Nothing that we need, but he is industrious and nimble. Those are good traits. However, since we don't need him and we want the relationship gain, we are just going to let him go as soon as possible. And of course, we will let people get back to their normal outfits as per usual. I don't have anything forced on Michael. That's fine, I might have to recheck these assignments because I had some mod problems. They did destroy this thing, which leads me to believe that it's a bad idea to have it on that side. So we will have it on this side. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's better to have things protected though. I did think we could go right ahead and build a double wall here and just have that as protected as this side is. But that is all the time we have for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click the like button, tell the YouTube algorithm what is up. Subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more Rimworld. And if you like what I do here and would like to support the channel, the link to my Patreon is in the description. But until next time, please remember that here, there be dragons.
Thank you so much to my patrons for making this channel possible. Click the Patreon logo to become one of these fine folk. And if you enjoyed the video, here are some more YouTube things you would like. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.